What do Darth Vader, the Joker, and Thanos have in common, besides being unforgettable villains? They all have depth, purpose, and a terrifying presence that keeps us glued to the story. Hi everyone, I'm Andrea, the creator of Bibisco, the novel writing software downloaded by over 200,000 writers around the world to bring their stories to life. Today, we are talking about creating a villain who doesn't just fill the role of the antagonist, but actually becomes one of the most unforgettable characters in your entire story. Let's break it down into 6 steps to help you write a villain who feels disturbingly real. If there is one golden rule to writing a great villain, it's this: know their why. Every villain needs a reason for doing what they do. If they don't have one, they become shallow, a flat character who just causes problems because the plot says so. But when there is a strong motivation behind their actions, the story changes. It deepens, it becomes personal. Think of Magneto. He's not simply lashing out, he's reacting to a lifetime of persecution and fear. And that motivation, whether or not we agree with it, makes him feel real. So ask yourself, what does your villain want and why? Maybe they want revenge because someone hurt them, or they crave power because they have always felt powerless. The key here is to keep the motivation grounded and personal. Try to avoid vague reasons, like they want to rule the world. Instead, go deeper. Why do they want control? Maybe they have lived through chaos and now obsess over order. The more specific you get, the more believable they become. Now let's talk about backstory. Who was your villain before they became the villain? Who shaped them? You don't need to lay out every moment of their childhood, but a strong backstory adds depth and context to their current behavior. A great example is the Joker in The Dark Knight. We don't get a detailed history, but the hints we do get, trauma, chaos, a possible abusive past, make him unpredictable and haunting. It gives his madness a kind of logic. Your villain's past doesn't need to be tragic, but it should connect directly to their motivations. Maybe they were betrayed, maybe they were powerless, and now they'll do anything not to feel that way again. Okay, before we dive into step 3, if you are enjoying the video, go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep creating content to support your writing journey. Real people aren't 100% good or evil, and your villain shouldn't be either. If your antagonist is just evil because they are evil, they risk becoming forgettable. What makes a villain truly interesting is when they believe they are doing the right thing. Look at Thanos from Avengers: Infinity War. He commits mass murder, yes, but in his mind he is saving the universe. That twisted belief gives his actions emotional weight. And here's something powerful. Give your villain human traits. Maybe they love their dog, maybe they are polite, or they are secretly donate to a charity. These little contradictions make them feel alive and unpredictable. Of course, we are not justifying what they do, but we are showing that, like everyone else, they are a mixture of darkness and light. And when you show that, your readers will be both repelled and fascinated. A great villain isn't just someone the hero fights, they are someone the hero feels. There is tension, history, maybe even a shared past. The best conflicts are personal. Maybe your villain and hero were once allies, friends, or even family. Think of Professor X and Magneto. They both want peace for mutants, but they completely disagree on how to get there. That ideological tension fuels their rivalry. Even if your characters don't have a shared past, you can create contrast. If the hero values freedom, make the villain obsessed with control. If the hero sacrifices for others, make the villain selfish. When their values clash, every scene between them becomes electric. Sometimes the villain is more than an obstacle. They become a mirror. They show your hero what they could become if they made different choices. And that's where the emotional power of your story kicks in. In Bibisco, you can explore the complex dynamics between your villain and the hero, how how they connect, what divides them, and how their relationship evolves throughout the story. That's why Bibisco offers a complete set of tools designed to help you build your villain from the inside out. One of the most powerful features is the character sheet combined with the interview mode, a unique approach where you answer in-depth questions as if your villain were sitting right in front of you. This method helps you uncover their voice, their past, and the twisted logic behind their actions. You get a clear understanding of their desires, fears, and contradictions, and from there define their true role in the story, not just as an obstacle, but as a fully realized character. And if you are a visual thinker, Bibisco also provides mind maps that let you connect their motivations, relationships, and key events in a clear, intuitive way. These tools create an experience that feels like a personal character workshop, one that helps you shape a villain as rich, as complex as your protagonist. Let's be honest, a villain who loses every battle? Not very scary. Your antagonist needs to be competent, smart, and dangerous. Someone your hero struggles to defeat. Whether they have superior skills, powerful allies, or inside knowledge, your villain should always feel like they are a step ahead, or at least capable of winning. Hannibal Lecter isn't terrifying because he's violent. He's terrifying because he's brilliant and manipulative. And don't be afraid to let the villain win sometimes. Maybe they capture a key character, set a trap, or expose the hero weakness. Those small victories make readers worry and keep stakes high. That said, no villain should be invincible. Give them flaws, but instead of something obvious like a physical weakness, give them a hidden vulnerability, an obsession, a fear, a blind spot that the hero can eventually exploit. Okay, it's time to talk about cliché. The world doesn't need another scare-faced villain who speaks only in monologues. If your villain feels like something we have seen 1,000 times, they won't stick with your readers. Try flipping expectations. Instead of the brutal general who wants glory, what if your villain bans all technology in the name of world peace? Instead of the mad scientist trope, what if they are a grieving parent willing to break laws to prevent more suffering? That's all for today, guys. So remember, give your villain a real motivation, give them past, show their humanity, connect them to your protagonist, make them competent, and above all, make them unique. Thanks for watching and keep writing great stories. Bye bye!